Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas.
And welcome to the Deuce Podcast. I'm Brad.
And I'm Jeremy.
Jeremy, episode 166.
Wow. Yeah, 166.
We're continually doing our Rankin and Bass, right?
Well, yeah, Christmas
specials. And we decided to do a Miser Brothers Christmas. The follow-up to A Year Without Santa Claus?
The Year Without Santa Claus, yeah.
The Heat Miser. Basically, they're the Heat Miser and Snow Miser.
Yeah.
People know them for that, right?
Yeah.
No one gives a crap about everything else. Jingle Jangle? Who the hell's that?
What? How could you disrespect Jingle and Jangle? The nondescript elves that...
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is the follow-up. This is actually fairly new. It's actually 2008 is when it was released. Mm-hmm. Some of the same cast, but not.
I know. It had two people who came back.
Mickey Rooney stars back as Santa Claus.
Yes.
This is Mickey Rooney's tallest character he's ever played. Second to A Year Without Santa Claus, where he played Santa Claus. He grew a little bit during that time. And George S. Irwin plays Heat Miser like he did in the previous movie. Snow Miser was played by Dick Shawn. I want to assume that was
originally.
Yeah, in the original movie, Dick Shawn you might know from It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World. Also, he was the hippie in The Producers.
Yeah,
and he played Jack Tripper's dad on John Ritter on Three's Company, which is perfect.
That is very perfect.
Perfect casting. Andy Kaufman really admired Dick Shawn. So if that tells you anything about him. But this time it was played by a Canadian Juan Ciaran. Played the Snow Miser. Ciaran? Yeah. Right. A lot of these are like Canadian actors. And they're not like bad Canadian actors. They're established Canadian actors. This guy has done a lot of Shakespeare, which is really weird that he does Shakespeare and then Snow Miser. But hey, whatever. Catherine Disher is Mrs. Claus. Patricia Hamilton is Mother Nature. And Susan Roman is Tinsel. Yes. You might know George S. Irwin, who plays Heat Miser, as the narrator to Underdog.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Do we have a plot synopsis of this, Jeremy?
We do. It's a little bit longer, so...
Well, that's fine. And this is a, 40-minute movie?
Yeah, it's 40 minutes without commercials.
Right. And it's hard to find.
It would have been an hour with.
You can't really watch it on YouTube like the other movies that we had watched.
Yeah, it's because... I really think it's because it's so new.
It's so new.
That it's probably still in rotation somewhere, that it's not out there. So we actually rented it. So
yeah, this was an ABC Family. It was actually, it says the movie had 3.7 million viewers in its first airing.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Crazy. It received a nomination for Best Animated Television Production produced by children for the 36th Annual Annie Awards. I want to assume that's Canadian Emmys.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, sure. Why aren't they called Canadies?
Canadies?
E?
The A's.
The A's.
Cable A's Award.
The Cable A's Award.
All right.
Goes to Schitt's Creek.
They got everything. All right. So
I'm sorry about that joke. Sorry.
The story begins when Santa's new chief mechanic, Tinsel, creates a speedy new high-tech sleigh for Christmas. But what Santa doesn't know is that North Wind, who is the brother to Heat Miser and Snow Miser, has secretly sabotaged the sleigh in hopes of taking Santa's place that year. When Santa takes it out for a spin, he gets caught in the crossfire between the feuding Snow Miser and Heat Miser brothers, and his sleigh comes crashing down. Northwind frames the Miser brothers for Santa's accident, and with Santa stuck in bed with a bad back, everything falls into place for Northwind to slyly come in and rescue as a temporary Santa. But much to his chagrin, Mother Nature punishes the Miser brothers by forcing them to put their differences aside and fill in for Santa. In between comedic squabbles, the brothers rediscover what it means to be family, and along the way, save Christmas for everyone.
There you go. You've been deuced. See you next time.
Bye!
Bye. Susan Roman, who played Tinsel. People might know her as Sailor Jupiter in the Sailor Moon cartoons.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yep.
This is a fine movie. I enjoyed it. It went by pretty quickly, I thought, for 40 minutes. What did you think?
Yeah, it's got a pretty it moves. Like it moves. It doesn't have like a lot of like slow parts per se, like and it, honestly, like, and we constantly talk about how I like mythology and stuff like that, or like especially like a mythology of a story. Getting to see, because like in the original one, Heat Miser and Snow Miser are squabbling and need to come up with an agreement, and Mrs. Claus calls in Mother Nature to basically get them to compromise. This time we get to actually go to like Mother Nature's realm, and we see like all the siblings. So there's like thunder and lightning,
earthquake,
which I was just like, oh, like he should have been in here. He was interesting looking. He looked kind of like Heat Miser, but dirt. And then there's like the tides, and there were some other ones we didn't talk to, but it looked really. I was like, oh, cool. There's tons of them.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
I like knowing that there's other characters out there.
Yes.
That are part of that mythology, so I agree with you on that.
Yes.
I find it like the wind guy, Northwind. He is our villain in this movie. He is played by I do believe that's Jay Leno. Oh no, he just looks like Jay Leno.
Looks like Jay Leno
because he's got the biggest chin in the world, and he tries to take over someoe's job.
His head, his head looks like an eggplant emoji.
Yes,
if that tells you anything.
Yeah, that's true. It does. Yeah.
no,
But do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I was getting a lot of Jay Leno.
No, and this guy does a lot of like announcing for stuff too. Like,
yeah.
I think he did like announcing for like the Doodle Bops and like something with Blue's Clues, and he's done a bunch of stuff.
He's another very character actor, Canadian, like voice actor is what I meant to say.
Yeah, that too. But he, so he's kind of this pompous, haughty, like the North Wind character thinks he should take over everything. He controls the North Pole is in his territory, but he can't do anything with it.
I guess if he's the North Wind, do they have a South Wind, East Wind, West? You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
Where they weren't invited to the party?
Maybe they're busy. I don't know.
Okay.
But the
so he's in charge of the North Pole, I take it.
Yes, so that's in his territory,
okay, gotcha.
Which contradicts the first movie, because in the first movie, that's part of the compromise is that they want Southtown to get snow, and so Snow Miser's like, yeah, I would, but it's in Heat Miser's territory, and so Heat Miser's like, well, let me make it green at the North Pole, which is in your territory, Snow Miser. But in this one, we hear that it's not. It's actually Northwind's territory. I keep on calling him Wind Miser because it just fits.
Earthquake Miser, Wind Miser,
Dirt Miser,
Miser. Guy who tries to live with lots of money, old money miser. He's not a miser. Yeah, miser.
So he
Ebenezer Scrooge miser.
When they say somebody's miserly, it just means that they're like grumpy and stuck to their own. And obviously, the Heat Miser and Snow Miser are they're the templates for grumpy old men.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, it's a classic, odd couple kind of.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the so they in this one, so North Wind, his plan is to take down Santa and take over for him. So, in the first one, Santa decides he's going to give up until he finds out that they still need him. In this one, he's trying to go, and he's using this new sleigh, like this new jet sleigh kind of thing that Tinsel made for him. And he's flying along, and North Wind sends his, like, little minions out to unscrew part of the sleigh, so it comes apart and it crashes. Heat Miser and Snow Miser are fighting, and so it makes it look like they're the ones who did it when it's really North Wind all along. And so from there on out, the Heat Miser, Snow Miser get punished. Mother Nature says, okay, you have to work together to help save Christmas. So there's some fighting and everything there.
And then we get it. We get this song,
Yeah.
folks. Don't worry. It's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like when you go to a concert and you're like, they better play their hit.
Yes.
And you're waiting for them to play it. And you're like, don't worry.
Yeah.
You're with your friend and you're like, don't worry. They're going to play the hit.
Yes.
That's what made them famous. Semisonic is going to play Closing Time at the end of the show. So stop it.
Closing time.
And then they don't play Closing Time. And then they come out for an encore. And then you're like, now they're going to play Closing Time. Anyway, so then we get the song.
Yes.
I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow.
And so
And I'm Mr. Green Christmas.
I'm Mr. Sun.
I'm Mr. Sun.
Yep.
And so on and so on, which made the first movie so memorable, right?
Yeah.
Those characters, like, honestly, I've seen the first one once.
Yeah.
And all I remember are those characters.
Yes.
Because everyone talks about it. I'm like, who's Jingle and Jangle? I don't remember them. I don't even remember Santa Claus in the year without Santa Claus.
Jingle and Jangle were so like.
How about the Christmas special
they were
without Santa Claus?
nondescript. Yeah, they were.
You know?
They were. Yeah. To me, this is without the Heat Miser and Snow Miser like that. I never remember that movie. In fact,
No.
A couple of times I thought they were in a different movie.
I thought
And
they
was
were
like,
in a different-
Oh, this
I was
is
like-
not the Heat Miser and
I
Snow
was like,
Miser.
wait a
one?
minute. They're not in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Are you sure?
Are you sure they're not?
Are you sure they're not with the abominable snowman and that elf that's gay that wants to be a dentist? No? They're not? Oh, no, they're gay themselves?
Rudolph the
Oh,
Red-Nosed
okay.
Reindeer, which is just basically, the
We were
story of
watching this
it's the
and,
Odyssey, but with like Christmas time stuff.
We were watching it and Snow Miser comes on and I go, I can't decide which one's more flamey. Heat Miser, who is a flame,
Yes.
or Snow Miser, who is a flame as well.
He's definitely more flouncy in this one.
He's
than,
more broad, he's more like, yes, I'm gonna wear a top hat and do jazz.
in this
fingers.
one, he's more.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I think the big difference is like in the first one, he was more like just goofy. He reminded me more of like
Right.
Dick Van Dyke.
Kind of. You expect Snow Miser to
Yeah.
all of a sudden be doing Mr. Cellophane, Mr. Cellophane. You should have known my. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he's doing a off Broadway production
Yes.
in Chicago
Yeah.
to himself and no one else.
But in the new one, he's like impeccably dressed, and
Yeah.
they improved, like they redesigned both of them in the new movie.
Yeah, but they also keep in the tradition of like the stop motion,
Yes.
which I enjoyed. Even the credits at the beginning were like in the vein of the old school fonty kind of grainy. And I enjoyed that. Like I'm like, okay, that's a throwback.
Yeah.
And that they kind of made me perk up and go, okay,
Yeah.
maybe I won't hate this so much.
Yeah. But
Because
they-
I'm going to tell you, like the Frosty movies that we watched, I thought they could have done what this movie did.
Yeah.
Which is like almost paid homage
yes.
without like kowtowing to the first one and making it its own, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like, oh, okay, I'm fine with these people. Like I want a kind of little, grumpy Misers 2.
Yeah.
You know, Grumpy Old Man 2.
Misers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I think they do a good job with this one. And this really by this point that this came out, Rankin and Bass was defunct.
Right. This is the last thing
They were involved
pretty
with.
much that they were and that's like a name only.
Yes, it was because of the characters that were created.
Yeah.
And I think they did some like consultation, but like that was it.
Yeah.
Like some of the people who worked there had consulted, but like it's very clear, like as much as they try to emulate the Rankin and Bass style, especially for Heat Miser and Snow Miser, if you really go back and look at the original Rankin and Bass models, you can tell where they're kind of plays off of that, but like their eyes are different and the way they're sculpted is really pretty different. Honestly, I think the models on these are a lot better.
No, they are.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something chunky and chonky about how the stop motion moves in the originals.
Yes.
Because of the time.
Yeah.
Right? And so, better production, better technology. We're doing better things.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that because it didn't take me out of it a little bit. But I still missed that whole the whole like joy of like these movies is the whole kind of clunkiness of them too.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? The vintageness of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you kind of are missing that a little bit, but they pay enough homage that you'll be fine. Well, it's nothing to like.
If this would have come out and it had been all CG, I'd have been really.
I would have been mad.
I probably would have.
That would have been
that, but
that would have been not.
Yeah.
I don't think that would have been. No, it's kind of like when we watched the Frosty, and it's like this is drawn like a Peanuts cartoon, and I'm like,
yes,
it doesn't work.
It took it out of it. Yeah,
it takes you out of it, right?
Yeah.
Like you want something that you kind of are familiar with.
Yeah.
It's the holiday season. You've shopped until you dropped. You want something to relax to and something familiar.
Yeah.
So here you go.
And I think this one is close enough. Like
I think so too.
Style-wise,
there's a reason why.
I will say like all of the other models that are not Heat Miser and Snow Miser don't look like Rankin and Bass at all.
No, they don't. And the characters are almost forgettable too because of that aspect.
Yeah.
But I think they know that. They know that the stars are Heat Miser and Snow Miser.
Yeah.
People are coming for them. We're not coming for Tinsel the Elf. Well, we're not going to spin off Tinsel anytime soon.
Well, I also I appreciate the fact that
I don't think there was enough music in this though, but I don't think but that's just me.
Yeah.
We just had the big number and we had it twice.
Yeah. Well, and we had they could
and it just gets stuck in your head.
To diversify a little bit. I would have liked to see more involvement from Tinsel.
Oh, correct.
Because
I would too.
I think Tinsel was an interesting character, and I think Tinsel needed to be involved. She needed to be involved to
Tinsel should have learned something about the fact that that it was it was the wind guy that dismantled the sleigh. Okay,
and
really
I would have liked to see a bigger confrontation with Northwind as well.
I agreed.
As it stands,
agreed. I don't think that was a great villain.
No, as it stands, well, I think he'd have been good, but I think as it stands, the whole idea of it was they got in trouble. Tell your mom, that's basically what it was,
right?
They constantly
here's what his punishment was for butting in and doing all that, for sabotaging Santa Claus's sleigh. You have to wash dishes. I'm sorry, you have to wash a ton of dishes. And I've seen you use your wind power. Just blow your wind power with water all around, and dry them. You're done.
He also has minions to do that stuff, so
I know.
You just make them do it.
Just make them do it. They all have minions.
Well, yeah, which I think is, I do. Even their minions had good redesigns in this. I thought.
Correct.
Yeah, I like. Part of me I really want to get more into the mythology, what was each of those people around the table controlled.
Me too.
If you wanted to make a show about all these different, although they kind of have it.
Why can't we have like Easter and we have the thunder and lightning people for Easter? Maybe he does something with we've got to cancel the Easter egg hunt I don't know. I'm making shit up.
Well, we do have it's the Guardians.
Yeah, but like,
Rise of the Guardians.
Yeah, but
You have to watch that.
yeah, I will.
Actually, we should watch it. I highly recommend. It was one of those movies where when it came out, I was like, this. I was like, this is gonna be dumb. And then I watched it one day. I was just like, this is fun. I like.
Can I
this.
mention something about this? Well, not about this movie, but 2 years before this was a live action movie.
Oh boy!
Of The Year Without Santa Claus that we found on YouTube. So you can find this on YouTube. We watched the first 15 minutes and we shut it off.
Oh boy! Yeah.
And it's not because we weren't gonna review it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might go back and watch it just for. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But here's the cast, okay? John Goodman is Santa Claus.
Fine.
Delta Burke is Mrs. Claus.
I can dig it.
Michael McKean is the Snow Miser.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Harvey Firestein as the Heat Miser.
Terrible.
What?
I'm sorry. Like I like Harvey Firestein, and that's not even great.
Stephen Suppley is Jingle Bells. Eddie Griffin is Jangle Bells. I don't know what's going on, but we got Chris Kattan as Sparky.
He was new. He's not in the original. He was like a anti-capitalist
Then
kind
we
of
got
message.
Carol Keane as Mother Nature.
Yeah, I can dig it.
Carson Kressley. That's how old. This is 2006. You know, when Queer as Folk was, not Queer as
Queer
Folk,
Eye.
but Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, as the elf customer, and Laura Schlesinger as Dr. Laura.
Oof.
Remember when people were okay with Dr. Laura? Because I don't. Why is Dr. Laura in this? I don't know. Anyway, this was from 2006, so it was 2 years before that. It is quite awful. I recommend watching it and laughing.
The song has been changed to this like
The song has been changed.
Like
they do the
jazzier.
song. It's a live action. Their minions are like women with like scantily clad clothes on.
and like feather boas.
Like feather boas. And Harvey Firestein's just not into that because he's Harvey Firestein. He's not going to be. He's more like, I want to wear that. Can I?
I do remember him saying that.
A douche.
So, and they're also like,
That's just
that's
just a
so.
little Torchstone trilogy joke.
It's so. That thing is so rough. Like we were watching it. It's like they were trying to like be like, ooh, games and toys that children want are scary and violent now.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what like Chris Kattan's the bad guy because he's like trying to like sell modern toys. And they're like, what is this? I'm John Goodman.
Well, I'm John Goodman.
But there's some fun like I mean like kudos they tried to have fun with like the Heat Miser and Snow Miser and whatever,
Right.
but like it does not come off great, but they also make other fun nods like Carson Kressley because he's putting together Santa's costume and he's kind of arguing with him and making a lot of fat jokes because of course.
The director is the same director as Heart and Soul and City Slickers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Just
not yeah. Well, and
The
Carson-
Adventures of Pluto Nash. I mean, come on. Yes. No. Yes. I refuse to like that movie.
It's a good story.
No, it's not.
Badly done. Yes,
It
it
is
is.
not. It's a bad story.
I will
badly
prove it.
done.
I will prove it to everyone.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will. Mathematically, it's great. But Carson Kressley says he's doing Santa's costume, and they're arguing, and he goes, I should have been a dentist." And I'm just like, the gay. It's Hermes, the gay elf.
It's
joke.
Hermes Gay Elf.
That was what the
Yay.
joke was. I was like, "Yay!" I just thought maybe Chris Kattan would be the character.
I'm just saying. Chris Kattan.
He would have been a good Hermie.
Yeah, he was Chris Kattan as Mr. Peepers in this movie, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress. It is on YouTube if you want to watch it. I suggest watching it with tongue in cheek because it's really not that great. So watch it for a laugh or watch it with,
Hate watch it.
like
Doesn't
or
matter.
hate watch it. Do whatever you want to do. I should not tell you how to watch something, but it's not that great. The production value is not tremendous. It's a budget for NBC, and we're talking about when NBC was not big.
2006 NBC.
So like we're talking 2006 NBC, not 1999 NBC with Seinfeld and all. When they had that sweet Seinfeld money.
Sweet Seinfeld money.
Sweet Seinfeld money. So Year Without Santa Claus with its sequel, The Miser Brother Christmas.
Yeah.
What else can we say about this movie? But it's a fine movie. I recommend it.
Yeah, I do too.
I think it's a fine family movie.
Yeah.
There's nothing really bad about it. I mean,
I think it's a good follow-up. Honestly,
I think it's a really good follow-up.
Like, okay, so like as far as like when Frosty the Snowman 2,
The first Frosty.
yes, the first the Rankin and Bass sequel to Frosty
With Mrs. Claus. Or with Mrs. Snow Frosty.
yes with with Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal.
That one was good.
Hey, Crystal.
The other one, which had John Goodman,
Goodman again.
was not as
Stop
good.
making John Goodman holiday.
It didn't feel like a good follow-up because it was its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is more in line with like the Crystal one. Like it follows the overall thread of the story, and I like where it goes. I like what they've added to it and kind of the mythology they built on. I wouldn't mind seeing more of it. It's kind of a holiday
watch
thing.
this again next Christmas.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's pleasant.
Yeah, we could watch both of them.
Yes,
and it
that's what
wouldn't
I'm
take too
talking
long.
about.
I mean, it'd just be the length of a regular movie.
It's pleasant.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, why don't we do our 5 questions?
Ooh, do we have to?
Yes. What do you think was the best part of this movie?
I'm boycotting.
Why?
I don't want to do my 5 questions.
Well, then I will answer all of them and you don't have to.
Okay, I'll do them.
What was the best part of this movie? Thank you for asking, Jeremy.
Okay, go ahead. Answer.
I think...
I always answer first. You answer first.
I will answer first.
Good.
I think I dig the updated look of the Miser Brothers. But
Incorrect.
I really like the mythology that
Incorrect.
was built up around it.
Oh, no. You're right.
I like the mythology of the story. Like the look being updated, I think is good, and more modernized. But I think that the mythology part is what I was like, oh wait, hold on, what's going on here? And like was really intrigued by the story because of that.
For me, the best part is that it doesn't stray away from a lot of the first movie. In fact, I think it just improves the first movie. It keeps going and telling more of the story about the Miser Brothers, which is good. But they put them with, Mrs. Claus and Christmas and everything.
Yeah.
So they keep them in that holiday. Which I'm glad. Like they weren't like, oh, we're gonna do like the Grinch.
Yeah.
Grinch doesn't need to be in Halloween.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And Rudolph doesn't need to be on 4th of July.
Right. Or whatever.
Yeah.
But like that's what I like about it. It's a fine, decent follow up. It's just fine. It's good. I like it.
Do you think this movie stands on its own?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No.
But I don't think it.
But that's fine. That's good that it doesn't, because you were talking about the mythology of it.
Yeah.
So
because they don't need to rebuild all that, and kind of, they can just lean on the other one. It gives them more time to build their world, which I was appreciative of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Does this make you want to watch the first one?
Absolutely. Makes me want to watch the first one. I'm watching it right now in my head.
All right.
No, but my screen's playing it right now. You just can't see it.
Oh, I just thought maybe the song was playing in your head over and over.
Mr. Brightside. Oh wait, no.
But nope, that's the wrong one.
That's the Killers. Brad. That's the Killers.
That's in the third one.
It's the British version.
Would you reboot,
like, what?
continue,
They're
or
not
cancel
British.
this?
What now?
Reboot, continue, or cancel?
Go forward. Make
Continue?
more.
Yeah,
I'm
with
fine.
you. I'm with you there.
You know?
Yeah, I'd watch another one.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
I think they did the right thing.
yeah. Or focus on another character who maybe is having some problem, and like the
earthquake
miser
guy,
and-
fine. Boom. Dirt guy, boom.
Yeah,
I can watch it. Mother Nature, bringing them all together, like the Care Bear cousins.
Yeah.
Go for it.
do it.
I can watch all of it.
Yeah,
A big mythology show with all of them, boom. Every episode something different. I don't care.
Do it.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'll watch shit out of it.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
I'll tell everyone on Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Watch it.
Watch it. Watch this anthology.
Watch American Christmas Story.
The Misers.
The Misers.
Oh, it's all in the family, but everybody is one of the misers from the Miser Brothers Christmas. Some of your experience in 2 words.
I keep thinking of Meathead as like Heat Miser? No, that would be Archie. You first. No, those are my 2 words.
You first.
No. Great improvement. I think that this is a fine, it's not like a blueprint from the first movie. It's not a copy of the first movie.
Yeah.
It does have some elements that do kind of go with the first movie, but it's not a rip-off of the first movie, but it's an homage, and it's almost, it goes forward, pushes everything to, and gives us more mythology. So I like it.
Yeah. I can get behind that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think mine is good addition, just because I think it's a good addition to, if you're thinking of all those Christmas specials and everything like that, it's a good addition. To do all of that, it's not so far out of the Rankin and Bass stuff that it feels disjointed. It fits with those family of movies, and so I think that it's a good addition to all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I guess we've been deuced on this one.
Yeah,
a little quick little episode for you.
We were gonna do Little Drummer Boy.
We couldn't find it, and honestly, I never watched the first one. And no offense to Little Drummer Boy fans out there, all one of you, but not a big fan.
That was one of them that
kind of boring.
Yeah, well, no, that was one of those every year I'd watch the Christmas ones, and then my mom would be like, "Here's your religious one," and try to slide it on.
Maybe that's why.
And I would just be like, "I don't care about this."
Yeah, and you're like, "Well, whatever." You know, I get it, but no. And I think we're gonna do one more of these. I think we'll do Rudolph, because Rudolph has a New Year's sequel to it.
There's two Rudolph.
Oh,
ones.
Is there 2 Rudolphs?
Yeah, it's similar to Frosty.
Like Frosty. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do both of them. I don't care. So you've been deuced on that. Where can people find us?
People can find us at thedeucepodcast.podbean.com, Google Play, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, pretty much any of those podcatchers. You can find us on YouTube.
No, I was going to say, YouTube.
Yeah.
We had 20 views on our Frosty.
Yes.
On YouTube.
How many did we get on Rocky 2?
On Rocky 2, none. Perfect. On Frosty, 20 views.
Fantastic.
I'm so proud of you folks. You did the right thing.
I'm impressed with those numbers only because we just remembered we had a channel.
Yeah.
So
I've been checking and making sure.
Yeah.
I
totally did not even remember we even had this stupid thing.
And I've been promoting it as well, so maybe that's why.
Maybe.
But I promoted it with Rocky and we got nothing.
Tis the season for the other one, though.
I guess. Yeah.
You can also find us on Facebook, of course, and then at Deuce Podcast on Twitter.
Are we part of a network, Jeremy?
We are. It's a part of a network called the Always Up Network, #AUN. And we have all sorts of podcast mates who, run the gamut from radio dramas to just chat shows to sports to anything. So, reading, we have all sorts of stuff. So get in there, take a listen, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Wanted to say happy holidays to you. It's because I'm wearing Old Navy. Also, happy holidays.
Yes.
And
have a safe and happy holidays if you travel.
Please be safe.
Yeah.
Out there, it's really weird. It's really crazy.
Yeah.
If you want to listen to us for a little laugh, great. I love it. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Share the word. Make sure that's the only thing that you're sharing. I don't want germs to be shared this holiday season. So be safe. Get vaccinated. Do all that stuff.
Get boosted.
We believe in science. You should too. And remember, folks, the sequel is king.
I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow. I'm Mr. Icicle. I'm Mr. Ten Below. Friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch. I'm too much.
I'm Mr. Green Christmas. I'm Mr. Sun. I'm Mr. Heat Blister. I'm Mr. 101. They call me Heat Miser. Whatever I touch starts to melt in my clutch. I'm too much.
He's Mr. White Christmas. He's Mr. Snow. He's Mr. Icicle. He's Mr. Ten Below.
Friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch.
He's too much.
Oh, thank you. I never want to know a day that's over 40 degrees. I'd rather have a 30, 20, 10, 5 than let 'em freeze.
He's Mr. Green Christmas. He's Mr. Sun. He's Mr. Heat Blister. He's Mr. 101.
They call me Heat Miser. Whatever I touch starts to melt in my clutch.
He's too much.
I never want to know a day that's under 60 degrees. I'd rather have it 80, 90, 100 degrees.
He's Mr. White Christmas. He's Mr. Sun. He's Mr. Icicle. He's Mr. 101.
Friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch starts to snow in my clutch.
He's too much. Too much.